I wake up, I scroll on my phone, I go to work, and then when I come from work, I scroll on my phone some more, I eat terrible food, and then I watch Netflix and go to bed, or you watch TV and you go to bed, or you watch a reality show and go to bed. This is not your life. This is not what you want for yourself. Let's be honest. You don't want that life. So now I want you to go after the life that your dream woman would want to be living right now and start creating that life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome for my girls returning. My name is Shanice, and on here we talk about reinventing yourself while working towards becoming your own dream woman. Today, I really wanted to share with you 10 things that I stopped relying on to improve the quality of my life that you may be currently relying on. Let's get into it. These are 10 things that people often rely on that can be beneficial to minimize or let go of to improve the quality of your life, desired life, and become the woman of your dreams. Ladies, down below in the comments, I want to know one thing that you have been working on this year, especially when it comes to becoming your own dream woman. This year, I have been working on not caring what other people think and leading my life through faith instead of fear. Now, I want to know what you have been doing, especially within these 30 days, to add to yourself, and hype up the girls down below. I just want you to know that you're never alone on this journey, so never feel like that on this channel. Love you guys. Number one that is so common for all of us is going to be social media validation. Now, we're not getting rid of social media anytime soon, so this one you really want to grab a hold of and really pay attention. Constantly seeking likes, comments, shares, attention. This alone, if you are not aware, can really enforce a cycle of external validation. Once you become aware, letting go of the need for external validation can free up your mental space and boost your confidence. And I've seen that within myself. Especially, I remember certain times in the year where I would be waking up really anxious just from social media alone and using my phone and just being overly stimulated. You really want to be careful there to not rely on the validation of others, especially when social media is not real. Take as many breaks as necessary. I take breaks all the time. I think I've taken at least 6 breaks this year so far, and I probably will end the year with a break. Just because I like to really be in touch with my reality. I like to pour into myself, and I like to make myself feel really good in the choices that I make and my reality. You really have to fall in love with yourself and fall in love with your lifestyle and what you're currently working to create. And especially if you're looking to become your own dream woman, you do not want to rely on the external validation that comes from attention from the online source or from anything outside of you. Take as many breaks as you need. I mean, I take as many breaks as I want to because I love my reality. I love whether I'm vibing with myself or vibing with my friends and family or just putting myself out there to have social interactions. Not get caught up on how many likes, how many comments, or even be discouraged to go after your goals based on the likes and comments and attention from others. The biggest tip here is just always make sure when you are on these platforms that you are on these platforms intentionally to serve the world, not for selfish reasons. Number 2 is going to be excessive screen time. I ask a lot of my clients often about their excessive screen times because a lot of them, and even my old self, used to wake up to my phone, checking my emails, checking Instagram, checking what is going on in the world. And sometimes I would come across things that would just ruin my entire day. Or I just caught myself starting my day off really slow, unproductive, and very unmotivated just because I was distracted by my phone. You really want to pay attention to how much you rely on this device being in your hand, how much you rely on that device, especially if you're not getting paid. You should not be overly obsessive about your phone or about certain apps. Just overuse on certain apps can really prevent you from achieving your goals. Whether it's for entertainment or for work, excessive screen time can lead to mental exhaustion and poor sleep. And a lot of you guys have broken sleep cycles, or just terrible, or you don't even have a morning routine or a bedtime routine. If you're looking to become your own dream woman and really love who you are and who you're becoming, you need to have balance, but you need to have structure as well, where you are putting your goals, your needs, everything you desire first before being distracted. Reducing screen time is going to allow you to have more engagement in your physical life and really be present in the real world, where a lot of people are having a hard time socializing, making friends, meeting a partner in the times that we're living in now. They're even having a hard time relaxing or just being in their own company. Really pay attention to this while you work towards loving your own company. Number 3 is going to be quick fixes and instant gratification. Now, in the last few videos, I've talked about this instant gratification, especially as we are working towards goals and we are wanting to see results. Whether it's quick diets, online shopping, impulsive decisions, prioritizing immediate results over sustainable habits prevent long-term growth. And I talk about this all the time. It's super important when you're looking to sustain your dream woman goals. You need to develop and build sustainable habits along the way, a sustainable mindset, a sustainable lifestyle. What you're creating, you want to be able to sustain it long term, especially when it comes to weight loss. You are not in a 75 hard diet all your life. You need to work on finding the foods that you love to eat. You honestly need to create a lifestyle around what you love and learn balance, and make sure you create sustainable habits and a mindset that matches who you want to become. Embracing patience and process can lead to more lasting benefits, as you are going to see your world change for the better. I tell you all the time, when you improve and provide yourself with better quality, whether it's within your mindset, within your habits, within your health goals, the choices and just life in general gets so much better and the quality improves. Number 4 is going to be negative self-talk and perfectionism. Relying on self-criticism as motivation can be self-sabotaging. Cultivating self-compassion and embracing your imperfection can truly improve resilience and self-esteem. Look, as we've been working on ourselves for the last 30 days, and now we are closer to the end, comment below if you feel like your self-talk has either improved or it has stayed the same. And if it stayed the same, perhaps I'll make more videos on how to improve your self-talk. But this right here, this area of your life is so crucial because we have so many thoughts in our heads constantly. We have so much chatter in the back of our head constantly. We also have so much noise around us constantly. You have to become your biggest cheerleader and always look towards the bigger picture of what you're doing and your intentions. Trust the process along the way, but you need to become your biggest cheerleader, your biggest motivator, and just pay attention to how you talk to yourself. If you catch yourself talking to yourself the way you wouldn't want somebody else to be talking to you, that is an opportunity to call yourself out. Take some time to be compassionate and graceful to yourself, and then change the way you were speaking to yourself, especially your inner dialogue. I don't think a lot of people really realize how they count themselves out before other people count you out. You need to talk to yourself and treat yourself the way you would want other people to treat you. Once you master how to treat yourself, trust me, your life will improve. The quality of people around you and how they respect you, love you, just overall appreciate you, go out of their way for you will improve. Number 5 is going to be substances for stress relief. I mean cannabis, I mean caffeine, alcohol, fast food. Using substances as a crutch can create dependency, which then can turn into an addiction. Masking the real stressors instead of addressing the real issues. It's so important for you to become aware of your coping mechanisms that's hindering your growth and going after your goals. Once you become aware of these toxic traits, these toxic habits, these toxic flare-ups that are very common, you can then control and come up with healthier ways to deal with your stress, healthier coping mechanisms that do not self-sabotage your progress or your relationships or your finances. Healthier stress management techniques like mindfulness or exercise are better alternatives. I know when I'm coaching my clients, I know they have to go home and they have struggles and obstacles that occur. When you are working out, I feel personally, and I've heard it so many times from other gym girlies, you get mentally stronger to really see that you can overcome a lot of things that you doubted yourself, you counted yourself out from. A lot of the times we think that we can't get over these addictions, we can't come up with better coping mechanisms, or we are just this way and this is how I deal with my problems. You know what? I had to look at myself like, I didn't know this. I didn't learn this when I was younger. So I had to be the adult to acknowledge where my life was stuck or where my life was hindering because of my choices. And so if you want a better life, you have to acknowledge and become aware of the coping mechanisms and your self-sabotaging tactics that are hindering your progress. Once you become aware and you feel like you cannot help yourself on your own, that is when I would suggest hiring a mentor or even going for therapy. And number 6 is going to be overly comfortable routine. How many of you guys can admit you are comfortable in your routine? Or even before this challenge, you were comfortable in your routine, but you were not seeing results in your life, or not feeling motivated. Sticking to the same habits, especially if they're bad habits, can prevent growth. Breaking out of your comfort zone by learning new skills, adding in hobbies, experiencing new things that can add excitement and stimulate personal development. We are meant to evolve, we are meant to grow, and you are not going to grow in your comfort zone. I've mentioned it many times. So it's time to shake things up and add things to your routine. You can go to a paint class, you can take language lessons. Even if you don't like going to the gym, you can even go to a workout class. You can do tons of things. We have so many resources in front of us. Don't get stuck in your comfortable routine. Don't get stuck. I wake up, I scroll on my phone, I go to work, and then when I come from work, I scroll on my phone some more, I eat terrible food, and then I watch Netflix and go to bed. Or you watch TV and you go to bed. Or you watch a reality show and go to bed. This is not your life. This is not what you want for yourself. Let's be honest. You don't want that life. So now I want you to go after the life that your dream woman would want to be living right now and start creating that life. Number 7, material possessions for happiness. Relying on materialistic things to feel good is often temporary. We get a little dopamine hit, we get a little boost, and then the feeling is gone. I can attest to this. This can lead to cluttered space and cluttered minds, and also a boost in that ego. You cannot let it get to your head, because I feel like a lot of people, when they get work done to their body, like I've got my boobs done, and I didn't let that change me. And that's the one thing I need you to understand is, especially when you want a better life and you want to evolve, stay humble. Stay humble. Don't add to your ego, and don't become a terrible person. I remember walking through this restaurant and beautiful women, and this was here in Marbella, and the girl was not smiling. Like, I smiled at her and she was, like, all the women were like dressed nice. This was like a place, like we went to a place that literally looked like a whole competition. Is that what you said? Like it looked like a competition?
Yes.
Yeah. The men were having a competition. The women were having a competition. I was not having a competition with nobody. Like we love our company together. So we were here for each other, and it was our first time. But me, I'm observing, and I remember smiling at a woman, and she was literally giving me the. And I was just like, I wasn't taking it personal. I need to really make a video, and this is not the video, because I really need to make a video about the ego that comes with, evolving, and people take it to their head. Your life will get better, and yes, if you end up with a generous man or a very nice man, or whether you make your own money, because I can buy whatever I want to. However, I've got an amazing man that will spoil me here and there, which your man should spoil you as you should spoil him. But you should be humble. And I don't think a lot of people understand the definition of humble. And so, without getting off topic, this is not going to add to your life. Materialistic items and possessions are not going to add to your life. You've seen it time and time again, especially in celebrities, where they have all of this stuff and they're still not fulfilled. They're still not happy, and they're still competing with each other. And here you are on the other side of the screen, envying other people and envying their life and envying what they have. Yet the people that you're envying, they're unhappy and they're unfulfilled, or they're in terrible relationships. They don't even have a relationship with themselves. So I just want you to know, especially in this point, in this tip, don't compete with other people, and don't get these materialistic things just so that you can flex or so that you can be of status or of anything. I think a lot of the times we're looking to be a part of something, and God just has to work in you for him to place the community that you're meant to be in. I think that's what God is trying to tell me right now. Because, you know, you can buy whatever you want, but don't let it get to your head. These things you can't take to the grave with you. If you leave your legacy, your impact, what you did for other people, that is what they're going to know you for, not the certain bag that you had. I mean, that is not what makes me. Anything that is on the outside of you or that you have is just an addition that can be easily replaced and cannot come to the grave with you. Number 8 is going to be other people's opinions and approval. Let's just throw that in the trash right now. People often shape their choices based on other people's expectations. Yet, the people with the highest expectations for everybody else can't even meet their own. And I'm talking to some of you, because I had to look myself in the mirror and call myself out. Years ago, I was like, girl, why do you even end up tripping over, especially the men I had in my life that were disrespecting me? Why do you get so butthurt about those people when you can't even commit to your own expectations? You can't even reach your own expectations and your own standards and your own boundaries. So why are you even mad about it? Why do you even care that people disrespect you when you constantly disrespect yourself or you talk down to yourself? So what are you offended by? Look yourself in the mirror and call yourself out. Yeah, I'm talking to some of you, because I said the same thing to myself. I remind myself every time too, not even to pay attention to other people's opinion. This alone can stifle authenticity and happiness. Prioritizing your own values and your desires brings freedom and more genuine connections. As you blossom, around you will blossom as well. And I mean people, places, and things. So just stay in your lane and work on you. Work on committing to your goals, committing to yourself, committing to everything you desire, and stop worrying about everybody else. Start meeting your own expectations. As you start to build that relationship with yourself, you will then understand what I'm saying. You have to create boundaries, and boundaries that you live up to as well, standards that you can meet yourself as well, before anything else comes to you. Okay, because everything else on the outside of you is an addition. Number 9 is going to be constant busyness. Always staying busy can be a way to avoid deeper feelings and challenges. Practicing mindfulness, embracing rest, which is so important, to just listen to your body. And that is why building a relationship with yourself is going to create that self-awareness, and slowing down can enhance creativity, mental clarity, and joy. I know this because when I feel like I'm empty, I have to take my step back, whether that's on this platform, Instagram, friendships, relationships. That's why your time spent with yourself is so important, to fill your cup and go and take yourself out here and there, wherever you're going, just to fill your cup again. Or maybe you're listening to a podcast, you're taking more naps, you're just resting. Find the forms of rest that is going to fill your cup. And always nourish your body and stay hydrated. Lastly, number 10 is going to be what ifs and worrying. Because I know a lot of times we like to worry and doubt ourselves. And I remember reading a scripture recently that you really have to give your problems to God. And honestly, I've heard it so many times that God is here for you to move your mountains, not for you to try and move those mountains yourself. So he already knows what is going to happen before we find out. And that's why it's so important to walk by faith, not by sight. Ruminating over the possible negative outcome often causes anxiety and prevents action. And how many of you guys are worrying about the end results? And that is why you deter from your goals and you stray and you stop because you were worried instead of having faith. A lot of you guys haven't even started your YouTube channel because you are worried, but you haven't even taken the first step in faith. Letting go of these thoughts and practicing being in the present moment can greatly reduce your stress and your anxiety. And this alone is going to improve your decision making. I am definitely an example when I say walk by faith and not by sight, because you and we are humans. We have so many thoughts. We have so many beliefs about ourselves, about life. We have so many scarce things that just happen to us on the daily, and it's so easy to have a fearful mind. And the mind is here to protect you. The mind is here to keep you in your comfort zone. When I chose this year that I wanted to lean more on my faith and really go based off of faith and not fear, I watched a lot of things in my life improve. And I just want you to know, whether you're in your faith journey or you're not about that faith life, but that's okay. Whether you're doing your vision boards, manifestation, believing in the universe, you cannot move forward in fear and doubt. You have to just go along with the process. And when you're actively, intentionally making actions and choices and steps towards who you want to become or the goals that you desire to have and see in your reality, the universe will move mountains and God will move mountains to make it happen if it's meant for you. So the 10 things that I've mentioned are 10 things that I had to become aware of. 10 things that I would love for you to become aware of as well. Watch this video back as many times as possible. I tried to keep it short. If you enjoyed this video, my sisters, don't forget to give this video a like and a subscribe. A like for sure, just so that we can push this one out into the algorithm. And don't forget to smile for me as you go into the rest of your day, because it's nothing like walking past somebody and smiling at them and they have a sour look on their face. I'm not about that life. And honey, I don't see how you can add any blessings to your life being so stush. Anyways, love you guys.